dealer, my mom was a trapper. She was a trapper. My auntie a smoker, and we let it happen. Shame on us, now my baby mama. What? She be so selfish. She took my daughter and moved to a shelter. She took my baby from me. I got some money, I could've helped her. I could've bought a crib, but she didn't want it. Nah. She so neglectful. She didn't want the shit. And pass me a blunt while I get my mind right. I need to think about it. I'm not complaining, I know what it sound like. I'm a real nigga. I'm from the Quay, I was living that crime life. I bust at the ops, you slide when the time right. Pussy, I'm just a real ass nigga, dog. I ain't nothing special. I'm from North Carolina, dog. I ain't nothing special. My teachers always told me that I ain't nothing special. And I grew around the way, dog. I ain't nothing special. Got my first £1/4 when I was living at Moore's house. That my big brother. I went right back to B-Mango soon as I sold out. That my big cousin. Started selling young Jesus, now I need a vacation. They was talking 3 years, but I took the probation. Yeah. I ain't sitting down. See, I love my sisters. I FaceTime my nieces and my nephews. If you know about the bar, then we sellin' reefer. That jet fuel. I can talk about your wine case. He already did his time. He used to come through with big boxes, looking like Christmas time. Shout out my grandma, she was a gangster. She told me the game, I need to say thank you, at least one time. See, my uncle a preacher, he tried to talk to me. Put his arm around my neck, like son, take a walk with me. I ain't listen to him. I'm just a real ass nigga, dog. I ain't nothing special. I'm from North Carolina, dog. I ain't nothing special. My teachers always told me that I ain't nothing special. And I grew around the way, dog. I ain't nothing special.
Hello. Welcome back to the Jennn O'Clcok news. Can you hear me? Can you see me? I'm going to do a quick mic check in a second to just make sure I'm coming through okay. Just wait for it to catch up. Hello. Okay. Audio's good. The screen is looking good. New graphics, new start. We are back. I'm London Jennn, all one word, 3 N's on the Jennn. Bear with me. Oh, I'm back already. Okay. This is the Jennn O'Clcok news, where I will bring you all the latest happenings in battle rap. Whatever's going on, I will be talking about. I need to back up and fix my camera because otherwise it just looks like I'm wearing the blazer and nothing, right? So I'll sit back a bit. But yes, thank you for joining me. I am going to be doing these daily, every day for at least 100 days. I'll talk about that at the end because we got a lot to talk about. I will be bringing you, like I said, all the happenings, all the cards, who's talking about what, who's doing what battles are brewing, all sorts. And I'll be developing this stream as we go. I already hate my production, but it is what it is. We'll be growing as we're going, as we heat up. It will get better and better, I promise. But yeah, for now, so we're going to look at some social media stuff. We've got a little watch coming up later, or we're going to watch something. We don't have a watch coming up, but yeah, let's have a look at what's going on social media. Why can't we see my cam now? All day this has been going so smoothly. Because I muted it, excuse me. Okay, right, so we've had some announcements. And you can see the thumbnail. Let me go back to this, right? You can see the thumbnail. You can see the title. A battle rapper's doing too much. Because for the first couple of months of the year, there wasn't much going on. It started, little slow boil in March, and now 1st of April, shit's looking lit, right? There's a hell of a lot going on, all these events, and it seems like they're quite a lot back to back, and it's a lot of the same battlers on the cards battling super frequently. You see he's on the thumbnail. We got Top, we got Loso, Tay-Rock, Chef Trez, and some of them are battling literally back to back, huge battles. We'll talk about that. There's some grumbling, some complaints about that. It's battle rap, right? So there's going to be some complaints about everything. It's not a battle rap day if we're not complaining. So we're going to talk about some of the complaints. And is it a good thing? Is it a good thing that we're getting all these events back to back, or not so much? What do we feel about it? Let me know in the chat. Let me know as well how crispy the stream is. It looks like I'm skipping some frames. So if that's the case, hold on, let's do this. If that's the case, let me know in the stream, because I want everything to come through as crispy as possible. But yeah, I've got a lot going on in the background. So let me know if I'm trying to do too much and it's beyond my stream capabilities. But yeah, let's get into these announcements, because yesterday you have John who dropped the, what's the card called, the bullpen card, right? Hold on, bear with me. Let's do this. Politics as usual. There we go. Super stacked card. We'll pause it there. Yeah, John versus Calico. Arsenal bad news. In fact, let's play this. Bear with me as I'm getting to learn my technology. We'll start from the bottom. Gwitty versus Super Black. I'm not super familiar with Super Black, but I am excited to, I know he's one of John. He's one of the bullpen gunners, right? So yeah, my bad for not being familiar, but let me get to know him. Gwitty, we all know and love, or not love so much, depending on which side of Schnasty you fall. But yeah, Gwitty's always entertaining, and he does some great promos. So yeah, let's see what he's got for Super Black, and for people like me who aren't super familiar with Super Black, let's give us a show, yeah? Next up, right, look at the card placement. I'm sure I'm doing this in the order of the card. You've got second from bottom, New Jersey Twerk, and Clone on a bullpen card, second from bottom. That's crazy. Not that there isn't strength and quality above as well, but it shows the caliber of the card. New Jersey Twerk had a little, from his flawless sort of almost 2 years, had a little hiccup the other day. Seems to have brought things back round. So let's see. Clone consistent. We know what Clone does. He's on bullpen as well. I cannot wait for this one. It should be a real bar fest, punch fest. What else have we got on this card? Let's go. Oh my goodness. T-Top versus Chef Trez. Talk about people who are doing too much. Chef Trez hasn't had amazing start to 2024. Versus T-Top, who's also super busy in April. We're going to talk about it. But yeah, I love this battle. Expecting big things from this one. They're both southern, right? I like that. Tay-Rock and Loso. Woo. Again, this is the repeated theme. I'm gonna sound like a bit of a broken record, but in terms of doing too much, there is nobody who fits the bill more than Tay-Rock in terms of doing too much thus far, with 1 quarter of 2024 down, right? Tay-Rock has been so active. It seems like every week there's another Tay-Rock announcement, and he doesn't seem to be showing signs of fatigue. You don't always, I think in terms of levels of performance and how much he not leveled. Tay Rock always gives you, in terms of performance, in terms of crowd factor, entertainment, all of that. He always gives 100%. Whether the quality, there we go, whether the quality is always the same, he doesn't always need to have that same quality. I think against Loso on this bullpen card, you're going to get a fire Tay Rock. And Loso is one of these who has the two, and Tay Rock, they both have two battles on Bullpen and Riot, 48 hours apart. We're going to talk about that in a second. But yeah, I like this battle. I like this card a lot. I'm not talking too much about it because I want to do a prediction, or maybe I'll do a prediction with VS. That would be awesome, actually. So I don't want to do too much in terms of talking about the battles. Have I just missed one? Where do we? Oh, Tay Rock and No. So yeah, we've done that one, and then we've got Arsenal and Bad News. I like this. If we get a great Arsenal, right? Arsenal now is, it's like a toss a coin. Are we going to love it, or is it going to be another, you phoned it in? Bad News. I think Bad News always gives energetic, exciting performances, so I'm hyped for that. John the Don versus Calico. Nice headline. I like this. Two veterans, two guys who perform at a very high level, consistent. This is John's card. It's a fire card. Yeah, I think this is going to be a great headline to a great event all around. I love what he's doing. Bullpen, he seems to have, he's not putting himself in the spotlight, but he's really spotlighting his league and the talent on it. So I love to see the direction that he's going in. So salute to you. But yeah, talking about that, we just looked at the bullpen card, the Riot card now. Monopoly 2. So many of the same, or some of the same players, at least three. Tay Rock versus A Ward, Geechee Gotti versus Loso, Shotgun Suge versus Capo Bravado, Riggs versus Snake Eyes, Avdon Marino, Eunice Franchise is back. Chef Trez versus Bully Boondocks, Eli the Man, and D.I. the Henny Man. Shout out to Trappers. Shout out to Henny. Love this card. Super love it. But like I just said, we got Tay Rock, Tay Rock, Loso, Chef Trez, all battling on the same weekend. Hefty opponents as well. And they're all 3 rounds. So let's see what the talk is about. Shout out to Shoyara. Let's see what the talk on social media is. Hold on, why is this going so fast? And how can I stop it? Oh no. Hold on. I'm losing control. Right, okay, here we go. It's Mercury is in retrograde. The machines are taking over. Okay, so Jay Smo, shout out to Jay Smo, and go and subscribe to him on YouTube. Does some really great breakdowns, Jay Smo, of Champion of the Year fame, of Let's Talk Battle Rap. He points out Loso has Geechee Gotti and Tay Rock battles in a 48 hours span. Laugh my ass off. Excuse me? Because for real, right? Loso, who do you think you are? What are you doing? Are you okay? Like, what were you doing when you made this decision? Like, this is crazy. Those opponents, Geechee Gotti and Tay Rock, 2 of the greatest, the most consistent, the most, relevant and out there killing shit right now. And you've got them in 48 hours. Insane. Absolutely insane. Loso says, let's be legendary. And he's writing, yeah, you better have 3 of them pens there, like writing with your left, right, and your third leg. All them legs got to be right. Someone says to Loso, I don't think we've ever seen someone take two of the most active and formidable battlers in the culture in such a short time frame. This is what courage looks like. Facts, right? That is courageous. Just taking them in and of itself is a huge deal. The fact that you've got the chutzpah to do that, um, knowing he's got a standard to maintain. It's not like he can come up there and be crap, because if he does, he's going to hear about it for a long time. When you take, such a bold step, it's high risk, low high risk, low reward, or there's another phrase that I'm looking for, because it's high risk, let's leave that one alone. But he's got so much to potentially gain and or lose. Like, it's a very risky step. Someone says, I know we've seen people battle twice the same day, the next day, etc., but this really might be the toughest back to back ever. It's insane, right? Let me know if you can think of a more difficult back to back, a more insane back to back than this one. Tay-Rock and Geechee in 48 hours. That's pretty crazy. We need the battle rap historians on that one. And Loso says, yeah, 3 rounds each. Kashid says, wait, full Tay-Rock and then Geechee in the same weekend. What the hell is going on? Indeed. He's obviously looking to be legendary. Geechee comes out and said, you had to be drunk or something. You had to be. And then I laugh so hard at this because, yeah, if you weren't like that before, then you certainly was afterwards. Like, what have I done? There must have been a moment, right? There must have been a moment where Loso said to himself, like, had a little flicker of doubt, and he was just like, I've just fucked up big time. What have I done? Like, I'm crazy. If he hasn't had that, then shout out to you, even more bold than I thought. Because yeah, that's a huge brave step. And I think, it's not you. It's one thing to book the battles. It's another to actually do it. 6 rounds. Got to be 6 amazing rounds in 48 hours. The world is watching, Loso. The world is watching. Saying that, right? I have had now the privilege of seeing Loso battle in person, and he battled a different opponent than was originally booked, and he had, I think, 3 days or something to write for his new opponent. 3 days, 4 days. It was only a 1 roundup. It was amazing, amazing. I know it's a different concept. It's not that it's shorts prep, but it's that you've got to prep for 2 battles at the same time and then deliver 2 amazing performances. But I've seen him do, extraordinary things. We know Loso is incredibly talented. He's incredibly versatile. So yeah, I've got faith, shall we say. Tay-Rock also sees Jay Smo's tweet and points out, I've also got Loso and A Ward in a 48-hour span. A Ward and Loso in 48 hours. That is insane. He says, the church is calling me. The church is calling me. And then he asked for an amen for the church. Checkmate, double cross. So he's got the two of the Christians, right? Someone saying Rock as Cody is inevitable. Is it inevitable? Like, he's certainly the front runner up there with perhaps Chef Trez and some others right now. But he's, the run he's on right now and the performances he's putting out is incredible. Someone saying Chef Trez and Tay-Rock schedules are going wild, both on a run. The champion of the year talks for 2024 are going to be madness. And with them both being on some of the same cards, they might have to end up battling each other, right? It's it's one of those things that should happen. Like if they continue with this sort of consistency running in parallel with each other, a November, December Chef Trez Tay Rock battle could be, chef's, why did I, instead of chef's kiss, I did blows joint. That could be like an amazing run and potentially, a real decider. It's very early on, right? We were a quarter in, but I like that point. Shout out to Legally Black for that comment. Yeah, Tay-Rock says, I now. Android versus the Bear. Chef Trez speaks. He's got T-Top on the politics as usual card. Tay-Rock says to him, "Boy, bro, stay off all the cards I'm on. I'm going to find your schedule and book matches on all those events too." Yeah, hopefully until, two become one. As in two separate battles become one. I'm not trying to start no shit. And then he realizes, hold on, you motherfucker, you're also on the Monopoly card. Chef Trez says, yeah, we really are on all the same cards. It's crazy. And he's also battling, right? So a week before he battles on the Riot and Bullpen cards, he's battling on Gates of the Garden against Wise. Like you've got 3 big battles in 2 weeks. Like that is crazy. That is form. We know Chef Trez to be super consistent as well. So John says they're trying hard to find something negative about this card. I've seen quite a bit of naysayers. It's a crazy card. It's an amazing card, right? I think a lot of it is because of the same players on the Riot and Bullpen cards. Chef Trez says, bro, someone else said someone was gonna choke. Niggas are plotting early. We'll talk about that in a minute. Come on. And then a naysayer here says, Trez and T-Top ain't happening. This will be the straw that breaks the camel's back, with John the Don being quiet about URL doing this. Is he trying to say there URL is going to block the battle and Don's going to be quiet? I don't get what he's saying here, but he sounds like this person is saying that URL is going to block this in some form of fashion. Mark my words, T-Top's going to catch the sniffles the day of the battle, then boom, and now T-Top versus Chef Trez in the world's most respected. So yeah, he's saying URL will block the battle and then all of a sudden it will be going down on URL. Chef Trez says, what's this malarkey? I love that one says, mark my words, and the other says, what's this malarkey? He says, I want it to happen, I'm just not getting my hopes up. Want to act like it don't catch a bad case of the sniffles and the battle gets booked. Ugh. Basically saying, prove me wrong. Chef Trez, nah, this one is official for sure. I can't see that happening. I can't, there are good relationships throughout. I can't see why that would happen. It's not on my bingo card. I've got other things potentially on my bingo card, but not this one. T-Top, speaking of the devil, says Chef Trez and Gemini within 24 hours. Watch me work. Now, not only has he got these opponents in 24 hours, he's got them in 2 different continents. One is in America and one is in Europe. In 24 hours. That's insane. Chef Trez says, put all your energy in them Gemini bars. There's been talk about T-Top as well with, like I said, that transatlantic battles 24 hours apart. But T-Top says, my birthday month is about to be a movie. So he's battling in Cleveland on the 20th, 26th in Atlanta, and 27th in London. So in 7 days, he's got 3 battles in 2 countries and 24 hours apart for that. Now, when I saw the Bullpen card and the T-Top Chef Trez battle announced, my first thought was, oh my goodness, that's right around the Gemini battle. If you're unfamiliar with Gemini, Gemini is a UK GOAT. Like he's a super formidable opponent. Coffee Brown battled him last year when she came over. If you want to get familiar with Gemini, watch him versus Coffee, him versus Rivers, him versus Koj, him versus anyone, him versus Quill for the title. He is the Don't Flop title holder, and he's coming to unify the belts this year. He's looking to go crazy, but he's an amazing opponent. T-Top's doing a madness, absolute madness. And yeah, people are talking about it. He says, Chef Trez and Gemini within 24 hours. Again, watch me work. Gemini says, either T-Top is going to back out of this battle with me or turn up and die. Either way, I'm here for it. Top says, yeah, I heard you was a little nervous. I'm going to be there, little homie. Just make sure you grab my bags when I land and have my baked beans ready. Shout out to T-Top. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if Jem was a little nervous. Like I say, I was a little nervous. I definitely reached out to T-Top and said, what? You're still coming to London, right? And, you know, as he is assuring everybody on the timeline, he said, I'm going to make it happen. So I have faith, although that's not easy. That's not easy. I don't know if, you know, maybe he'll battle earlier in the day. I don't know what time flights are. I don't know what the logistics are, but it's possible. It's logistically possible. But it's super tight, right? I have faith that things can go his way. And it can happen. It's not impossible. Someone said to him, believe it when I see it. You flying back straight after or something? Crazy props if so. He says, be there or hear about it. The end. Yeah, so basically right after Chef Trez, he'll have to leave Atlanta and come straight to London. Hopefully sleep overnight on the plane. T-Top has been to London many a time, so he's probably, you know, the jet lag won't be a shock to him, so hopefully he can acclimatize quick because he's got a couple hours and then, you know, he's on the stage. So yeah, it's tight. It's real tight. Mornay says T-Top is literally supposed to be battling in London the next day after. I knew it was a good idea not to get a ticket yet. T-Top says, y'all got me twisted. And again, watch me work. He's confident. He's talking heavy. Somebody else says, wait, so T-Top's got Gemini in London April the 27th and Chef Trez April the 26th in Atlanta. I don't know, man. I think one of these is getting canned and something tells me it's not Chef Trez. T-Top's done talking now. You say, shut up. If you're in London and watching this, if you're in the UK, definitely come down and watch T-Top on that members only card. I'll probably talk about it closer to the event, but members only, a new league over here. T-Top already battled on that league and put on a great show against Whispers. So yeah, definitely check that out. And it's going to be streamed on Caffeine, so you can watch it there as well. This person is pointing out Tay-Rock's got 3 battles in 2 weeks. Geechee has 2 in 2 weeks. Calico 2 in 2 weeks. Loso 2 battles in 1 weekend. Chef Trez 2 battles in 1 weekend. Shake my head. Law of averages just screams, chokes, stumbles, and freestyles. He's got a point, right? Law of averages. Chef Trez also, he's got 2 battles in one weekend, but 3 in 1 week. Is this a good thing? Is this a good thing? Right? Everybody was complaining that there were no battles, and now everybody's complaining that there's too many battles. It would be nice if there could have been some sort of a happy medium, right? If things could have been a little more spread out. There was not much at all going on in January and February. A little bit, heated up in March, and now April it's kicking full into gear. Sometimes that's just the way it goes. And if there weren't all these back-to-back battles, then we'd also be complaining. I have to also point out, it's not as though these are the only battlers in the world. So are these battlers getting too much light? Or not say getting too much light, but, should there have been other people getting those looks who aren't going to be so pushed for time, who maybe will have the time to write better material, deliver a better performance, be less likely to back out? I guess the thing is, when you're talking about these names, Geechee, Calico, Loso, Chef Trez, T-Top, Tay-Rock, these, for the most part, are very consistent, high-level artists. Like, they give great showings. You might not like what they're saying, but they come and with their material, all of it, very little freestyles, unless Geechee. But Geechee tends to freestyle even when he has 3 writtens. It's part of his makeup, and he does it really well for the most part. In classic battles, in battles that we love, we've seen him freestyling, so that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? I think that these people can potentially pull it off. I would like to maybe be seeing some other names. There are, and also all these niggas. Like, where's the women? Where's the women? Where's the ladies? All these guys. I don't think I've said a woman's name yet. And obviously these are not the only cards going on, but damn, like, you could have thrown some of these fire ladies on there. Why aren't they on there? Also, there's no money in battle rap. Yeah, all these big names are battling back to back and all over the place. Is that because, there is no money and they're getting little paid everywhere, so they're picking up small bags? Or is that just we're not paying big money for subpar performances or people who aren't worth that? Well, what is that? What is that? Does it just mean different things for different strokes for different folks? But clearly there's some money. Clearly someone's got some money, right? But let's keep going. Oh, I missed out. Where's my first topic? Hold on. Okay, that should have been my first topic. But yeah, let's keep going. What else have we got here? Oh, okay. That was that. Okay. So why did that transition? Sorry. Why did that transition? Oh, it didn't. I just had my order wrong. Okay. Yeah, I guess the proof will be in the pudding for this one, right? We'll have to see if it all works out. If we get the battles that we want to see, if we get the performances that we know these guys can do, then it's all been worth it, right? And all the complaining was just for nothing. But we'll see. We shall see. Not long to go. April 1st. So yeah, within the next few weeks, all these battles will be done, and we'll be right back here to talk about it. Verb versus Ill Will went down this weekend. Salute to ARP for putting the battles out. Like, in less than 24 hours. The following day, they were up on the members section of the YouTube. Go and check it out. I think it's like $3.99 over on the members. So definitely go and check it out. I love the circle setting. I really, really love that setting. I think it's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. And I don't love Verb in that setting, funnily enough. I don't think it necessarily suits him. I think he needs a bit more of a crowd, but I love the setting overall. I think someone like Ill Will is amazing in that. I'm not going to talk about too much about the battle now, but I wanted to, salute to ARP for bringing us, kind of another imprint. It looks and sounds amazing, so definitely go and check that out. Ill Will. So a lot of the talk of this battle and the result is Verb had really short rounds, and people were saying, what was the time limits? Did Verb go under? Will go over? Ill Will says, all my rounds were 2:45 flat on my clock. Verb says mine was 2 minutes. Now, I don't know if so. Verb then clarifies and says, okay, my time was 2:45, 2:30, and I think my third was barely 2. My bad. I was told 2:30 cap, so I cheated in the first. So Verb gave us the absolute minimum at 2 minutes. Will went over. I don't know why Verb did that. Why, if I guess he did what he was paid for, and a lot, people love the battle for the most part. But that clears it up. Verb's delivery as well was a lot more kind of, or let me say, Ill Will's delivery is a lot more spaced out. He does a lot more performance elements, so his material is dragged out even further, which makes Verb seem a lot shorter. It does look a very imbalanced battle, but that was the tidbit I wanted to bring about that. Now, Verb and Swamp seems to have resurrected itself for the 3,247th time. Are we going back here again? Are we really gonna do this round 79? Like, do we want this? I have to say, their going back and forth is entertaining, but it gets tiresome after a while. Like, are you just gonna be, forever timeline foes, or are we gonna get a battle out of it? Swamp says, peep the energy and wordplay. I can tell Verb lost. And Verb's quoted his lines, or a bar from the battle. With bad routers, what you riding down this road for, Rover? Little nigga couldn't hold his composure to hold my posters. Tonight was one of them nights. Now, of all the bars you could have quoted, I don't think that was the one. But then Swamp is saying, when you do this after a battle, that means you lost. Oh, why did I do that? That means you lost. Did Verb lose? Or is it just a chance to go back and forth? I didn't have Verb winning the battle. And then he stokes the flames even further. And he says, do I have a better win percentage than Verb? I think he does. Like, I would say he does. Verb ain't been winning of late. He really hasn't been winning. Like, I think the last battle I gave him a winning was like Mook or Lux, or whichever one was last. Lux, I think. And then Verb says, this boy is lost. Swamp is a lost case. And then he says he thinks it's still sweet. Well, it is, right? And you're entertaining it. I don't know who, I think it was Swamp who kicked off this round again. But seeing as Swamp wants to ask about percentages, Verb put up a poll asking between Verb, Ill Will, and Swamp. Is Swamp the worst rapper? He didn't ask the same question, funny there. He asked, who's the worst rapper? A Swamp. If this goes over 90%, he says, if this goes over 90%, you're not even a rapper anymore. A Swamp. There is nobody on this planet that thinks you can do anything with me except a rapper like T.I. who eats raccoon. Are we back with the raccoon? Is the raccoon going to take over the timeline again? Are we here for Swamp versus Verb? Is that one we're going to see? Is it logistically going to happen? Swamp is still battling on the URL. Verb seems to be battling pretty much exclusively on RBE. His last few battles have all been there. Not to say that he couldn't battle on another card. Is it going to go down? Is it going to happen? Are they just going to, is Verb just kind of going to keep, like a cat just pouring with their prey incessantly? Is that what we're going to have for the next 6 months until, for Verb to kind of keep that relevancy up? I don't know. We shall see. But yeah, that's kind of been the talk. There's been some other stuff going on, and we'll talk with obviously huge tomorrow. We have the Woman of the Year. I cannot wait for that. I'm going to be here talking about that. That's tomorrow. I think, is it 4 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. if you're here in the UK. So I'll talk a bit about that tomorrow. I cannot wait. And I'll have also, so with these Jennn O'Clcok newses, where are we? I'll also be bringing you hip hop news as well. I'm obviously, like everyone knows, I write for allhiphop.com, and I'll be bringing you bits of hip hop news as well, mixed in with the battle rap stuff. Just, interesting stuff, a little nice spotlight of what's going on, nice little snippet in a bite-sized portion. So yeah, make sure you tune in, and I get smoother and better and better, and I'll improve the graphics because I hate this stuff already. But yeah, I decided to do this. Now shout out to Koj. Koj is a UK battle rapper. He's super fire. If you're unfamiliar with him, check him out versus Gemini or Rivers or Real Sick. He just battled Real Sick, had a great back and forth with him. And he recently launched a challenge, he called it One a Day for 100k. Or One a Day till 100k. And every day he makes a beat and raps the 16 to it and uploads it to TikTok. And the mission or the hashtag is one a day until 100,000 followers. It's a challenge. Now, I guess the 100,000 is a somewhat arbitrary number, but I saw that and saw his consistency, and it's so inspiring every time I see it. And I can't believe more people haven't been inspired by it. And I have seen more people doing freestyles, to be honest, and with some sort of regularity. So I think there's some sprinkles of inspiration. But I feel like it's because battle rappers are got to be so wary of any potential angles that you can't be inspired by somebody. I'm not a battle rapper, and I'm blatantly saying this is a one a day for 100 days. This is the Jennn O'Clcok News edition of Koj's challenge, and I'm blatantly biting his hashtag. His completely inspired by him, and yeah, I can give him credit for that, because every time I see them, it is very inspiring, and I need to work on consistency, and I definitely need to work on my discipline. I need to be more disciplined and do less procrastinating. So these Jennn O'Clcok newses, they'll be short and sweet every day. I will probably be doing the OG London Jennn look. I need to fix my camera angle so it looks like I'm sitting here in a top and not, titties out underneath the blazer. But yeah, it greatly inspired me to work on my own discipline. So I'll be doing one of these every day for the next 100 days. I'll be doing other things as well, hopefully, but yes, I need to be held accountable by a challenge in social media that is so this generation of me, right? But sometimes we need a bit of help along the way to greatness. So yeah, this is the challenge I've set myself, completely inspired by Koj. Let me and what we're going to do is every day we will close out with one of every day we will close out with one of these segments from Koj, one of his freestyles. Like I say, he produces the beat and writes the bars himself, and puts one out every single day. And we are starting at 1. He's, I don't know, he's like in the 70s, 80s, or no, he's past the 80s now. So you can go to his TikTok page. Hold on.
One a day till 100K. Look, I hear him talking about me, I pay no heed to that. I know they all finna doubt me, that's why I need to rap. With every verse I'm walking them down, we about to teach him that.
Okay, right, sorry, I've got to learn my controls. I'm doing this for the first time on OBS on YouTube, so this is all very new and it looks very new. So bear with me. But yeah, I wanted to... Where's my little bit about Koj? Where's my bit about Koj? I wanted to show you a little bit about Koj. I'll have that for you tomorrow. Where is it? Is this here? No, I haven't got it. I'll have his TikTok and stuff, and I'll recommend you to go and follow him tomorrow. His it's Koj Lives, and I'm sure it's that on TikTok as well. But I'll have my graphics and stuff tomorrow, so you can take a look at it. But yeah, this is, oh, there we go. It's at Koj Lives on TikTok, on all platforms. Go and follow him. But we'll check him out. This was his first offering, one a day till 100K, and then once that's done, we'll be out. So yeah, I hope you enjoy these. If you're watching for the first time, thank you, and if you loved it, then why don't you subscribe, hit that notification bell, help push me up in the algorithms, and drop a comment if you got any feedback, if there's anything you want to see, anything you want to add, let me know. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you so much.
One a day till 100K. Look, I hear him talking about me, I pay no heed to that. I know they all finna doubt me, that's why I need to rap. With every verse I'm walking them down, we about to teach him that. You best proceed with caution around me, cause I ain't easing back. It's true I've been sleeping, but I'm awake now, hungry, and as soon as I'm eating, won't put my plate down. It's comfy how I cruise on a beat, but they sounded played out. Trust me, I ain't losing my seat to none of these fake clowns. I'm livid cause they shit is an act. Niggas tripping with they fibbing, call it Liberty Cap. Ain't authentic, your car's rented, you just in it to rap. Why you hopping a bus home after giving it back? Got me looking at this game through a different lens. And am I treating it the same? Well, this shit depends. I'm still putting in the pain, but to different ends. Got me sticking in my lane, I won't drift again. End. Koj.